is what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. It's a new year, guys. Don't forget it's 2026. And my good friend is back. Fred Mwanga Gahanga is here with
Angela,
us.
how's it going?
He is a media mogul, buying businesses, but he also is the founder of Media Takeout. So thank you for coming back again.
I'm grateful to be here.
As soon as you walk in, we just have all kinds of stories going on behind the scenes that we're going to talk about.
That's right. All the tea here today.
And every time I look at Media Takeout, there's always a story that I'm like, no one else has picked this up yet. But
yeah,
you know.
I mean, we're out here reporting. We're just kind of beating the street, giving you exactly what you want.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to have Angel Massie on the show, Real Housewives of Potomac.
Wow, that's a good lady.
Yeah, she had a really big episode that just aired.
Yeah, a lot of scandal around her, right?
So we're going to see what she has to say, but I did ask her like all the questions of all the rumors that were brought up about her, so you'll hear from her specifically on what happened. But on the last episode, she brought everybody on a trip to Colorado. They thought they were staying in her house, but she had them in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And so she's going to break down what actually happened with that behind the scenes. But let's start the show off with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's Way Up.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy Fred from Media Takeout. And who do you want to... Well, today, and we were talking behind the scenes, but we want to shine a light on Renee Good and everybody in Minneapolis right now, everybody who's being affected by seeing what ICE is doing. An ICE officer fatally shot her yesterday morning. And this is, by the way, just blocks away from where George Floyd was murdered.
I mean, this is crazy.
In 2020. And I hate the way that the president and people are trying to frame this situation, but she was just trying to drive away.
Yeah, she was just observing, right? And then...
And she ended up getting murdered by ICE. And here is the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry. Here's what he had to say.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. Somebody is dead. That's on you. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. To the family, I'm so deeply sorry. We're going to be working towards justice as quickly as we possibly can right now.
Donald Trump said the woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Right. Never ran over. But we're going to talk about this more today. But, you know, love and positivity. Julian, who do you want to shine a light on?
Yeah, I want to shine a light on my wife and my first child. I was expecting to have the child on January 3rd. However, complications came and I stayed positive, and she came December 15th.
Okay, woo,
So
you scared me. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. And with every dark cloud, you always got to stay positive, because she's an angel. She's beautiful.
Aww.
Her name is Indira.
Well, congratulations. I'm so glad that you have a healthy baby. And congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much. And you have a good day.
Okay,
and
you
I
too.
listen to your show every morning.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you can leave a message and shine a light that way. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And since Fred is here, we're going to do some Media Takeout exclusives. You always have the tea on Diddy.
I do.
I don't know who your sources are.
Allegedly, right?
But we do have an exclusive. It's Way Up.
The tea.
Oh, she came with receipts. It's time to spill that Yee tea.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred Mwanga Gahanga from Media Takeout.
Hey.
And we have an exclusive.
All right.
About Diddy. So tell us about this.
Right. So I think everyone knows that Diddy still has about 2.5 years left on his term. But we can report now that Diddy, as soon as he went in to the feds, he applied and he's been accepted into the First Step Act.
So what does that mean?
So that means the First Step Act is a law that was passed in 2018 that allows people to enroll in programs like work programs, drug programs, and you could significantly reduce your time by up to 18 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
That's
I
a
mean,
nice reduction.
right? So, I mean, you think about it with the amount of reduction in time that Diddy could get from the First Step and work release, which he'd be eligible to. Also, we could expect that Diddy is very likely to come home by the end of this summer.
Yeah, because originally May 2028 was his release
May
date.
2028, right?
Ooh, he is. Let me tell you something. He has not left out any option.
No. I mean, he has the best legal team in the world, and they're going to make sure that they do everything they can to bring him home as soon as possible.
All right, so there's been no official statement, but somehow y'all got the scoop.
We got it.
Okay. Now, I have another story that I wanted to talk about. Yesterday, we discussed Chris Redd, former cast member from SNL, and he was under fire also for dating Kenan Thompson's ex-wife.
Right.
Well, here is originally what he said when he went on his Instagram and posted just basically his own emotional plea about everything that's going on.
I know a lot of people talk about me dating Kenan Thompson's ex-wife and how that came to be. While I was at the show, I had some pill issues. I was even selling some to some of my castmates. But it was really funny to me that like I would be around and people would talk about me and I would hear them, but wouldn't like help me. This lady was the only one to help me with my She helped me with my therapy journey, you know, and she told me things about her life that made me look at a lot of people involved in it differently. And in that time, we fell in love. And I felt bad from the start.
Well, I got information from a source
All right.
very close to the situation.
Let's hear it.
Who says Christina, that's the ex-wife,
Right.
Confirmed that she doesn't even hear from him anymore unless he calls for whatever reason. But anyway, this is the same guy that after he got knocked out told people that it was the best promo he ever got for his last comedy special, and he's been cold ever since. Now you put out this video and promote an upcoming New York City show where you'll be discussing a relationship that you're not even in anymore. If this was about a public apology, you said yourself once things went public, Kenan felt away, so why would you publicly open a wound up again instead of reaching out to Kenan directly? If it was about love, he would respect her and the kids' privacy as well, but it's not. And his career and respect went down the drain, and she left him. And now he needs a way to get noticed again. So what kind of public apology is this? And he needs to get help before instant karma punches him in the face again.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is doing a lot of talking
Allegedly.
right now. Right? He's doing a lot of talking, and the sources are upset about it, I guess.
Yeah, when you do something like that. And look, I don't know if he's speaking his own truth, but I can understand also, like, this story was gone.
Right.
I don't
mean,
want to.
people have moved
other
on
people
with their
are
lives.
involved.
There's also children involved in this too, right? Like, so I think, you know, sometimes you got to just let sleeping dogs lie, I think.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. Okay, exclusives.
I like it.
When we come back, we have About Last Night, where we'll discuss what happened last night. My dad, both of my parents are still at my house. They've been there for a long time now. But he was watching over and over again what happened in Minneapolis. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy Fred Mwanga Gahunga,
Hey.
CEO Media Mogul. Is that okay?
I'll take it. I'll
Okay.
take it.
All right. And so about last night, what'd you do yesterday?
So yesterday was my birthday.
What?
Yeah.
Nobody told us this. Is that why you brought us cupcakes?
I did. I had a couple left over. I said, why not bring them over here?
That's not a couple. You brought a couple dozen.
Okay.
All right.
I
Well,
mean,
thank you for that.
anytime.
I love when it's someone's birthday and they feed us. Well, happy birthday, my Capricorn brother.
Thank you.
I love to hear it. So did you do something? Or
I did. I went to the Knicks game and they won. So
wow, what a present. I was watching the Nets game and they lost. And it was an awful loss, by the way. I was literally watching it and I could not believe in overtime how they lost.
I mean, they played well though.
They played well,
They played
but
well.
you know, you can play well, but if you don't win,
You're right. Yeah.
But shout out to our Nets. Anyway, that's, you know, my team.
They're
Shout out
trying.
to the Knicks. Yeah, they're trying. All right. Well, the other thing is, you know, my parents have been at my house yesterday. My accountant came over and we were going through some of my brother's stuff, trying to figure out how to close out his accounts and everything. So that's a whole process. But in the midst of all that, my father has been watching this ICE officer murdering a woman in Minneapolis. And it was awful to watch. You know, again, Renee Nicole Good is her name.
Yeah.
And ICE agents wouldn't even let a doctor go check her pulse to see what was going on. Here is that audio.
Check a pulse.
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You murdered a woman and a doctor wanted to check her pulse and you don't care.
And he may have been able to save her, too. You never know.
All right, now the mayor of Minneapolis also has spoken out, and here is Jacob Fry. He was discussing what happened, and he used some language that I think is appropriate.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. Somebody is dead. That's on you. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. To the family, I'm so deeply sorry. We're going to be working towards justice as quickly as we possibly can right now.
Now, I want to take it to our listeners because ICE is in a lot of cities right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're in New York. Yeah. They're in New Jersey. Clearly, they're in Minneapolis. They're in Chicago. They're everywhere.
They are.
And so we want to know what your experience has been with ICE in your city. And we were discussing also, what are the requirements to be part of ICE? Because I see all these recruiting messages and they're going to forgive your student loans, pay you really well. But what type of training do you really get? Because to me, watching that video, these people are not trained.
Right.
You know, and how to deal with the situation. So we want to hear from you, 800-292-5150. What has been your experience with ICE in your city? We want to hear your firsthand accounts and stories. That's 800-292-5150. It's Way Up.
Most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee. You're Way Up with Angela Yee. Please believe that.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred M.
Hey.
Lawyer, journalist extraordinaire.
I'm all that.
I'm also a media mogul. And we are talking about ICE in Minneapolis and how they murdered Renee Nicole Good. And ICE has been in a lot of different cities. So we want to know what has been your experience with ICE in your city. Right now we have Skylar on the ground in Minneapolis. Skylar, how are you?
You guys see what's going on?
Yeah, no, I want to hear from you, though.
No justice, no peace. Everybody's going to keep fighting the movement. This is not acceptable. Like, they're continuing to kill people with no merit. It doesn't make sense. And then, what is ICE doing here?
I mean, it was definitely that was a murder, and I would be scared because that could happen to anybody. And then the president speaking about it afterward, it makes you know that these agents aren't going to get. Yeah, there's no repercussions.
But the news will definitely make you think that there are. Like, oh, we're going to do this, but he's paid at home.
All right. Well, thank you for calling and checking in with us.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Kevin, what's up?
What's up, Yee? Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. It's me and Fred here, and we're talking about ICE. So tell us what your experience has been.
Of course. First and foremost, Yee, I want to say thank you so much for, shedding light on the topic and speaking up for those who, have been oppressed lately and just don't have the voice to speak. More importantly, I want to speak on my experience. I live in Hackensack, New Jersey. This week, we had a full raid from about 7:30 in the morning to about 7 p.m. all day, all over the town. I grew up in the city, so it's very heartbreaking and devastating to see, our neighbors getting picked up. These are, our friends, our neighbors, nannies, our gardeners, everything. They do the work that people don't do, and I feel that it's very important to get allies during this time. Our community has no voice and is scared to speak up because there are consequences when you speak up and you have actions like these.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? It has to be the people who, they're not going to be the ones who get deported, but they need to be completely in alliance with the people who are right now endangered.
Exactly. During the Black Lives Matter movement, during George Floyd and more, events that happened in the past, we all came together and we made a statement. So, I feel like together as one, as they say in Spanish, el pueblo unido es más, and together we are stronger.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Say that phrase for me again so I can say it.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
Okay.
That means the town together will never be beaten.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you for calling.
Thank you, Yee. Have a great day.
You too. Hey, Ron, how are you?
I'm all right.
So Fred and I are here. We're wondering, what's your experience with ICE?
I was at a party. They came and raided. It was like a Mexican party. They put everybody in handcuffs, zip ties.
Wow.
It was awful. They zip tied my hands behind my back, connected to my ankles.
No.
And they picked me up by the zip-tied handcuffs and carried me down the stairs.
Wow.
And once they got me downstairs, they wanted to make sure and verify that I was an American citizen. Once they did that, they cut me loose and let me go. But they were not apologetic. They just claimed they're doing their job and basically slapped me on the ass and told me to get out of there.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, it's an awful thing. And here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
I wonder who are these ICE agents that are okay with having these jobs?
Right.
I appreciate you for calling and sharing that with us, and I really am sorry that happened to you.
No, I appreciate your apologies, but you didn't do it. We know who's the culprit.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
And wait till his judgment day comes.
Right.
All right.
Yes. And it feel like it's been 4 years already, and it's only been one.
Right.
I'm hoping it ain't gonna last.
Right.
This like something gotta give.
It's a new year.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll
something
see
gotta
some,
give.
some-
Vote in those midterms, everybody. All right. Thank you for calling.
All right, you have a blessed day.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for calling in, talking about your experiences. I know so many people have stories that they want to tell. When we come back, we have your Yee Tea, and Kevin Hart has entered this strategic partnership. It's a brand partnership, and I need you, Fred, to break it down because I know you understand these types of deals.
Yeah.
And so we're going to break down that deal and also talk about Mike Epps. He also discussed Kevin Hart and Kevin's business acumen while he was on Club Shay Shay. We got that for you next. It's Way Up.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee Tea. Way up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred Mwanga Gahunga.
Hey.
He is a media mogul, but we also know when I first met you as the founder of Media Takeout. Now, Kevin Hart has announced a new partnership with Authentic Brands Group. I knew you were coming in here today, so I was like, I'm going to ask Fred to break this whole partnership down. And his new agreement consists of him co-owning and managing his brand with Authentic, but he also is a shareholder in the company. So explain this to me.
So Authentic is one of the biggest licensors of brand names around the world. So they own the rights, or they license the rights to Elvis Presley, Shaquille O'Neal. They also own a bunch of big companies.
David
like
Beckham.
David Beckham. They own a bunch of big companies like Forever 21,
Wow.
Brooks Brothers. Yeah, so by Kevin Hart entering this agreement, not only does he get a big check from them, he actually is a partner, so a part owner of everything that that Authentic Brands owns.
Ooh, that is a deal
That's
to
a
be
fantastic
had.
deal.
Do any of the other guys, I wonder if they have a deal like that?
I think Shaquille O'Neal has a similar deal. I don't know what everyone else's deal
So
is.
that means if they want to open up like a Kevin Hart restaurant or
Right.
something like that.
Well, Authentic
They could
Brands
license.
is, not only they manage it, they're actually going out there and trying to take advantage of opportunities, right? So Authentic Brands is going out there and they're going to be creating stuff like maybe there's a Kevin Hart restaurant or Kevin Hart buildings. So they're going to actually go out there and create these opportunities for them too.
Well, he posted, "This is a massive moment for me in my career. I am extremely thankful for my team." He said, "Joining Authentic is major. Shout out to my brothers Shaq and David Beckham for leading the way and helping with this massive move. Our partnership will be game-changing. Major shout out to Michael Rubin for just being a mentor and a brother."
Yeah.
Woo, okay.
This is Kevin Hart's road to the billion.
Now, I want to say Michael Epps was recently on Club Shay Shay. And, you know, they had like a little falling out beef back and
Yeah,
forth.
I
But
remember.
they made up.
Okay.
You know, as you can see, because he went and did his show. So Mike Epps was on there talking about Kevin Hart because he said Kevin Hart used to actually open for him sometimes and he would help him out early on. Here's what he said.
When me and Kevin Hart had a little problem,
Yeah.
Kevin was a dude that had came right up under me, and he blew up. And they were no longer talking about Mike Epps. But I didn't know that other part of the business. I got in show business, and all I was good at was the show part of it. And then I had to end up learning from him, and I didn't understand that. So I took it to heart, and he don't remember, but a couple times I've seen him, and he kind of brushed me the wrong way.
All right, so feels like, you know, the person who was the, I guess the student ended up becoming the teacher in some ways when it came to business.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Hart is known as one of the best businessmen out there, and he has a great team around him, too.
And I do also want to say he shouted out Michael Rubin, right? Kevin Hart did, but Fanatics Fest is also going to be returning, and Tom Brady, Jay-Z, and Travis Scott are actually going to be part of that lineup. And also Kevin Hart, of course, following his partnership with Authentic Brands Group. He'll be there as well. That's going to be at the Javits Center, July 16th to July 19th.
That's a great, I mean, if you're in New York, you should definitely come and get to see it.
All right. Now, in addition to Mike Epps talking about Kevin Hart and Kevin Hart's business acumen, he also talked about his own buying houses. You know, he had this whole Buying Back the Block series that he did on HGTV. Here's what he said.
I always promised myself if I ever got some money, I was going to go back and buy all the houses that we got evicted out of. And I did. I made an address list.
You rent them out?
Yep, I rent them out. My family stay in them, and told my mother that too.
I love that.
I do too.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not in the headlines. They're under the radar. And reading. Reading is fundamental, but a lot of y'all ain't doing that. And we're going to give you some of those numbers. You say yeah, because
I'm not a big reader.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
It's way up.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, Fred, this is about you. And so one of these under the radar stories, reading is becoming rare. Now, Essence put out an article. If you read more than 2 books last year, if you read more than 2 books last year, you're already ahead. How many books did you read last year?
I read 0 books last year. I'm not proud of it.
Well, you are part of the 40% of the U.S. population that did not read a book at all. U.S. adults. And by the way, a lot of us should be listening to books on Audible as well, which I think has made things a lot easier. So when you're in the car, when you got your headphones in, at least you can do that.
I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I mean, reading, I mean, you know, once you go to school, you do a lot of reading. In my job, I do a lot of reading. I read a lot of articles.
But not books.
Yeah, the idea of like on your day off when I'm reading articles and reading, you know, stuff every day. Now on my day off, for fun, I'm going to do what I do for work. That's just, I don't know.
I love it. You know, I read all the time. I listen to Audible all the time. So I'll read the book, but then when I get in the car, I can listen to the Audible. I love people's true stories too. Like I'm a big fan of nonfiction. I feel like nonfiction, real stories are even more entertaining sometimes than fiction. I want to say that.
You convinced me. I'm going to do audiobooks and I'm going to do nonfiction.
Now, Democrats tend to read more on average than Republicans. Just so you know, that's part of the study too. And Americans who pay more attention to what's going on in government and public affairs are more likely to read more books than those who pay less attention. But the most popular genres are mystery and crime.
Okay.
That's followed by history, biographies, and memoirs, thrillers, fantasy, and more. Okay, so and almost triple the number of women read at least one romantic title compared to men. I feel like women read more than men also.
I think you're right about that. Every time you see a woman, she's always talking about a book that she's reading, and you don't really hear that from guys.
I'm about to relaunch my book club, and I expect you to be there.
I will be there. I'll be there.
Well, that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way It Mix for you at the top of the hour. Plus, from Real Housewives of Potomac, Angel Massie is going to be joining us. She is a new cast member this season. Yeah. And she's been having a tough season.
She has. She's got a lot of drama in her life.
All right, we're going to talk about it. I love that you watch and keep up.
I watch everything.
It's Way Up.
Yeah.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred Mwanga Gahunga.
Hey.
And let's get into some of this Yeetie, the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
I can't wait.
I know. Song of the Year. What was the Song of the Year this year? Now, because it's all genres, I don't be knowing all these songs, just to keep it real.
Okay.
Anxiety by Doechie's on the list. Good News by Shabuzi. Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Also, Mutt by Leon Thomas is on the list. And then other people I may not know, be as familiar with. Out of those, what would you say?
I'd probably say it's between Luther and Mutt.
Me too. That's exactly what I was going to say. Because at first I was thinking Mutt, but then I was like, Luther is huge.
Yeah, that's
my song too. Both of those songs were songs that the first time I heard it, I was like, this is a hit. Right. Like from the first time you heard it. So pick one.
I think I'm going to have to go with Kendrick and SZA. That's,
okay.
You know.
Luther it is. And Hip Hop Song of the Year.
Okay.
Luther's also nominated for that.
Okay.
Nokia by Drake, Outside by Cardi B, The Largest by Big X The Plug, and What You Know About Me, Glorilla featuring Sexy Red.
That one's got to go to Glorilla, right?
Glorilla. Yeah, I can see it. I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Glorilla or Luther.
Yeah.
I would have to say it's one of those two. But anyway, those are just some of the nominees. Now, speaking of music, Spice is doing a gospel song now.
Gospel music.
First of all, changed her hair from blue to a beautiful shade of red.
Okay.
She looks amazing. And she has made this announcement. Her first gospel-inspired single is called God Don't Play About Me.
All right.
You know, we always say that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when people say that, it's because they want something bad to happen to somebody else. Like, you know, God don't play about me.
I mean, what is she going to be wearing in the video? That's the thing, because I mean, Spice is known to wear some pretty risque outfits.
It
right?
don't matter though if God don't play about you.
Okay,
you can wear what come as you are, baby.
Good point.
All right, well here is a snippet of that song.
Woke up and I'm giving thanks for the things God brought me through. Grateful for what I have and the things He's about to do. Lord, I stand on your word 'cause I believe it's true. Thank you, Jesus. Revelation 21, you're gonna make all things new.
And the video comes out tomorrow.
All right. Can't wait.
All right. And speaking of new music, Bruno Mars has announced his new album, The Romantic, with the lead single is coming out soon. It's his first solo studio album since 2016.
I mean, everything that he touches is basically a hit, so we can expect he's probably going to be on the iHeart Awards next year, right?
Yeah. He's super talented.
Absolutely.
And he's also announced that he's got stadium tour dates happening this year with Anderson .Paak, Victoria Monet, Ray, and Leon Thomas.
That is a good...
That's a lineup.
Yeah, that's a good lineup.
The Romantic Tour.
I like it.
Listen, you might got to bring the wifey out for that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and Ray J has been hospitalized in Vegas with pneumonia and heart pain. A source close to him told TMZ he got x-rays, and there's no word yet on the results of that, but... You know, prayers up for Ray J.
Absolutely. Ray
That's
J's
my guy
the homie.
forever.
He's a good dude. I mean, you know, a lot of times people see he's a little bit wild, but that's a good dude. Good
People
dude
don't
at
just
heart.
say that. He really is.
He is,
I
kinda.
think Ray J would say that.
Yeah.
He's a little bit wild.
Yeah.
And A$AP Rocky recently did an interview with W Magazine, and he talked about a few different things. He discussed his fashion style and being a fashion icon.
Which he is.
And he said, I am. And he also talked about the crushes that he had growing up.
All right.
And being a father. Here's what he said.
I found myself way more emotional now that I have kids. Before the kids and children, I was probably a piece of you know, cold-hearted, but now I think I'm a loving kind of fella, you know.
What's going to happen when somebody tries to date your daughter?
I'm gonna pray for them.
But he talked about like who he had a childhood crush on, and it was the Olsen twins. He said, "What's some of the people
where's
that he
kid
named?"
sleeping or something? Because he seemed like he was whispering while he was in that.
I think that's his alter ego.
Okay.
Yeah. He's saving people.
All right.
He's
All
a
right.
superhero.
I like it.
All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Any question you have, me and Fred got your back. This is a good time for you to call and ask about any type of business advice or legal advice.
I'm here for that.
Because we have somebody here who is certified, okay, in doing those things. So 800-292-5150. Or maybe you want to ask how to keep your name out of people's mouths. He can help you figure that out too. Or if you have a story to tell, we can put it on Media Takeout. 800-292-5150.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and my guy Fred Mwanga Gahanga is here with me today. He is a business expert, but also a lawyer. Yeah. So you have a lot of information, and I know people want to hear. And we got James on the line. He was involved in a really bad car accident, and he's trying to get his money.
So I got into a bad car accident maybe 2 years ago. And the guy killed somebody, then he hit me, broke my leg, had to learn how to walk, missed the birth of my daughter. Long story short, we had a restitution here another day, and they said that the parents offered to pay restitution, which is about $20,000, and they said they would pay that. But then after they adjourned, they said, well, if the parents don't pay within a year, then it's on him. So there's no guarantee that they have to pay. But we had just agreed to them paying. So my thing is, is there any legal way I can get that documented, or it's just like a formality?
So when you say it's a restitution hearing, was this in a criminal matter, or was this in did you sue him, or what was that hearing about?
A criminal matter.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be tough for you to get the money that way. But you could still bring a civil action against him, against his insurance company. There could be possibly other people that could be responsible. Maybe there was some other cars involved, maybe the city, maybe he had a pothole and the city may be responsible. I think it's important at this stage, you suffered real damages, to get a lawyer and really start exploring your options, because I think that there may be a real chance of you getting a significant payout out of this.
Yeah, because do you have a lawyer, or who told you that you couldn't get it?
We just went through a prosecutor. The family of the guy he killed and me we just went to the hearing just to get over the case over with. We're just sick of it at this point.
The prosecutor's their job is to try and get the person incarcerated, and so once he's there, I think it's going to be hard for the prosecution to really follow up on a lot of this thing. But you should definitely 100% get yourself a lawyer. I think that you have a real case over there, and there's a good chance that you can get.
And don't wait too long, because you said this was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was March.
So, yeah, sometimes the longer you wait, because like Fred was saying, statute of limitations matters, and I think you have 3 years, but the faster you do this, the better, and get it started, the better. And I want to say I can understand that, and I'm sorry that sounds like an awful accident. I'm glad that you're alive. Right. You know, condolences to people who lost their family member. But I don't think that you should just give up on the restitution, because I understand that it's annoying. Nobody wants to have to go through this. But you really do need to get a lawyer and make sure that you get, your just due.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Right. And one other thing, too. The lawyer typically in cases like this, you don't have to pay the lawyer. The lawyer works on what's called a contingency. So the lawyer would essentially be giving you free legal services.
Because they know you're going to win.
Only get paid after you win.
Right.
All right. Good luck.
Have a good one. Thank you.
You too. All right. Well, that was Ask Ye, 800-292-5150. Thanks, Fred. That was great.
All right.
Every time I say, people love some free legal advice. Every time you come up here. But when we come back, we got Angel Massie joining us from Real Housewives of Potomac. She just had an explosive episode, and this is her first season on the show. Do we think she's going to want to come back for another one? It's Way Up.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah. You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and the timing for this guest is impeccable. Angel Massie is here from Real Housewives of Potomac. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, me too. What did you envision when you joined the cast this season? And then we'll talk about what actually happened.
I thought that I would be able to come into this group and, have some commonality with everybody. And I expected some lady shade, but I really expected to kind of be a bridge between people. And clearly that didn't happen. One thing that I have learned where housewives are concerned is they're going to think what they want to think. And they're even going to make normally if you don't like somebody, you can just go off and never see them again. You know what I mean? But
I'm not coming to your party.
But you meeting up for brunch, you meeting up for dinner to fight, you meeting up for trips to fight. You know what I mean?
And it's not just when it happens, it's also the aftermath of when it actually airs.
Exactly.
And then everybody's weighing in from what they've seen.
Exactly. I hadn't watched the season until this past weekend.
Ooh,
because
really?
I needed to give myself that space and break. And boy, have I watched it, and boy, have I processed it. I mean, it is kind of shocking to see how much went on behind my back.
Right now, I'm talking to Angel Massie from Real Housewives of Potomac. You feel like this is a hazing?
Absolutely.
Just this being your first season, it's like, okay, because one thing that has been said throughout the show is that they showed a whole montage of you saying, I just want to get to know the ladies better. I want to spend some time. And people were saying they didn't feel like you really did want to get to know them better.
Well, I did.
Okay.
I really did. And I tried hard. And I don't think that if I didn't want to get to know them, I wouldn't have invited them to my house more than one time after the first time when they acted up. Like, I wouldn't have shown up the way that I did. I wouldn't have tried so hard. And it's unfortunate because you don't, it's only 44 minutes of the show. So you don't get to see scenes where I'm one-on-one with Stacey or where I'm one-on-one with Ashley, or where I'm inviting the women to more things than just
Did you mean
my
to call her
home.
Ashy? No, I'm just kidding.
She is Ashy. She is Ashy. Ashley. But yeah, you don't get to see those things, and that's unfortunate because it kind of looks like I was on an island by myself, but I was trying to get to know them. I mean, I remember during filming Giselle Lost Power, and I text her and I say, if you want to come over to take a bath or do any of that stuff, please feel free, bring your kids. Invited Wendy to lunch with me so that we could hash out things on our own. I mean, gave Ashley a toolbox and said, look, I want to build a bridge to getting to know you. Like, I did the work, and that's why you see me feel so kind of really hurt at the mean girl antics and really the rejection when, to me, I've not done anything but act human, which is respond when someone is unkind to me.
I know it must have been hard for you for the fact that you couldn't even watch it until this last episode.
No, I needed to separate myself a little bit from it because one, the unkindness was directed towards me, and two, I just do not like to see black women treat each other that way. And that's not the type of narrative that I wanted to be a part of joining this group, and I find myself in the center of it, and so it's really kind of jarring.
Angel Massie is here from Real Housewives of Potomac. She is a newbie this year, but this last episode, she really showed out. We're going to talk more about everything that's being said about her and how she feels about it. It's Way Up.
Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Angel Massie is here from Real Housewives of Potomac. This last episode, you took everybody to Colorado, and you had some of them, most of them, staying in a different house.
Yeah.
Except for Tia and Kay, who stayed with you in your home.
Yeah.
There was a separate house, and they were upset that they didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I could tell your hierarchy based on who got what room.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Wendy got a whole entire floor.
She did.
To herself.
Yeah.
But throughout it felt like Wendy took shots at you a lot.
She
but then
did.
you said you guys had a conversation, but we didn't get a chance to see that, I don't feel like.
Nope.
So tell me what happened with that.
Originally, the trip was supposed to be a couple's trip. My house in Colorado is 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. And a lot of those bedrooms, my kids live in and my husband and I live in. So not everyone was ever going to be able to stay at my house.
You don't need no grown people staying in the kids' room.
You know what I
Couples.
mean? Exactly. The situation was always going to be that I was going to acquire a home for all the couples to stay in. But not everybody is in a couple. So the trip had to change. And it had to change at the last minute. And unfortunately, in Colorado, millions of people book their stays ahead of time. And so by time the house was booked, that was what was available. And, you know, I'm a newbie and I'm putting the cash trip on my back. So it's not an easy situation for me because there are all these unsaid expectations that I have no idea
They were like,
about.
Giselle was like, I did the trip to Nevis.
Yeah, but this is her first successful trip. Let's not forget that she hosted an event in the parking lot of her home, and she wouldn't even let the ladies go to the bathroom in her house. She had them peeing outside like puppies. So, I mean, come on, Giselle.
Right now, I'm talking to Angel Massie from Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, but so did you give them a heads up that they were staying in a different place, or were they caught off guard?
I mean, I didn't tell them that they were staying at my house, but I didn't explicitly say you're staying at another house. But I think that I thought that that was implied, but perhaps I could have communicated that better.
So Ashley and Giselle ended up having to share a room.
Yes.
But we see in the trailer for the next episode, Giselle is going to book her own place.
Yes, she does.
She does. Okay.
She does.
So
I mean, good for
what
her.
does that mean for the relationship moving forward after that?
You know what? Now that I have seen the episodes, there is no relationship. I have seen how she has talked about me behind my back. I have seen how she has apologized and then gone right behind my back and talked about me. And people are asking, why do you come for Wendy? Why do you come for Wendy instead of Giselle and Ashley? The one thing I can give Wendy credit for is that she acted funky a little bit to my face and I couldn't figure out what it was, but that's because she couldn't hide that she was talking about me behind my back.
So what about Ashley? What are your thoughts on her now after watching everything?
Not a fan of Ashley.
What do you think about her dating Sharice's son?
I think that it is really out of pocket. You have known her for a long time, but instead she did it behind her back. She has seen this man since he was young. I don't know. It's giving something that it shouldn't give. It's giving kind of weird and creepy. She's 37. He's 25. And so it happened, 2 to 3 years ago? So this man was 22. I mean, come on.
Because people would say it's not illegal. It's just...
Yeah, but, you know, just because something isn't illegal doesn't mean it's not kind of creepy and morally suspect.
Oh, man. Listen, so let's see what happens. When do y'all tape the reunion?
It's coming up.
It's coming up
It's
soon.
coming up real soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
coming up
you
real
smiling
soon.
like you
It's coming up soon, girl.
Look at your face. You're like, all right now. But thank you so much for coming up. I'm hoping that everything goes smooth and that we see you back again.
Yeah, we'll see. But it has been a pleasure talking to you. You are wonderful. Your energy is beautiful. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much to Angel Massie for coming through and clearing up a lot of things. You can watch her clear up even more on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And Fred, thank you for joining me.
I had a great time.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And just like y'all was asking him for advice for Ask Yee, I'm going to be hitting him up asking Fred. So listen, we got responsibilities and things to handle. But also, thank you to Angel Massie for joining us today. We're tuned in to Real Housewives of Potomac. What's your favorite Real Housewives series?
Probably Atlanta, but Potomac is a close second.
Yeah, I feel like Atlanta's the longest running out of all of those.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about Salt Lake City? Have you watched that yet?
I do. You know, Salt Lake City, it's getting up there. I mean, it's moving. It's probably my third, and like if it keeps going, it might get into
You like
number
the
two.
drama. I love this for you. But anyway, make sure you check out that full interview on Way Up with Yee. And thank you guys for calling. There's some serious things going on in the world. We talked about ICE and the murder that happened in Minneapolis. And so we just want to make sure that we are always responsibly reporting on what's happening. That's why our media is so important. Fred, that's why you're important,
Yeah.
you know, as well. And this is your show, so you have the last word.
I'm calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Native resident, this is ridiculous. They have no needs in our city whatsoever. They have been terrorizing the schools, the hospitals, everywhere. Families couldn't go out and grocery shop for the holiday. And it's very sad that they're even here. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those masked people were some of the people from the insurrection. Be safe, city to city.
Yeah, this is Cindy, Virginia Beach, calling about the ICE situation. The problem is there's no requirements, no training, no nothing. It's just a bunch of people that make sure they have their mask on, harassing people. And if you notice, he got in his car and drove away after he shot that woman. He might not even have been a legitimate, legal, quote-unquote, ICE agent. There's some jackass out there trying to be tough.
It's showtime. Yeah, I'm about to tear it up. You tapped in and Way Up with Angela Yee.
I want it now, ow.